Hello, welcome back to Reshoot. My name is Beast, and today we're back with Kakenuke Seishun Sparkle because I randomly decided felt like recording after work anyways. So here I am. I'm gonna keep it short though, because like I said, I randomly felt like recording after work. Still tired after work, so I'm still gonna keep it short. Anyways, things turn out this way. Everyone from the youth collective, Shinji included, had gathered together in my living room.
ででーんこれより青春部主催の学外活動第1回どっちの料理がいいでしょう in 遠野家を開催しますイエーイっす
Ichi interjected following Hibiki's declaration. It wasn't even a club activity. We were just getting together to have a good time. You all sure do get along well.
先輩に言われましたから。
せっかくのイベント楽しまないと損っすしね
Yes, it's fine as long as you enjoy yourself. The guys felt a senpai who hadn't acknowledged me once since she arrived. She obviously felt awkward.
審査員はリツと鹿島さんがお願いね
私は参加しちゃダメなんですか？
私も料理してみたいです
You two can't. There won't be much of a competition if either of you participate. We had established in the prior hearing that Kashima had substantial cooking aptitude.
お兄ちゃんたら勝手なんだから。
そうですよ私の料理をご馳走したかったのに
We need judges either way, and you two would be perfect for that role.
お兄ちゃんがそう言うなら仕方ないな。
そうですね確かに誰かが審査員をやらないといけませんからね
You seem to have accepted it one way or another. Why a cooking showdown, though?
昨日テレビを見ててビビッときたのよもうこれしかないって
Just when he was off. Then again, I wasn't really in a position to complain when Hibiki managed to convince Senpai to come here. Now all I needed to do was find a chance to talk to
と
Senpai.
ころで皆さんはご自分でよくお料理されるんですか
人並みにはしている方かと思います。
自分はそれなりって感じっすかねただ今日は新しいチャレンジをしてみるつもりっす自分の料理を見た時のみんなの顔が楽しみっす
せめて食べられるものをよろしくね。
It was a pertinent question for her as a judge. Besides that, Senpai
ついにこの時が来たわね
looked ridiculously tense. Was now the right time to talk to her about what happened? Surely she wouldn't run off without warning again, right? Senpai, you're right.
トノ大丈夫だから
Okay, glad to hear it then. This was different from a rejection. It didn't seem like she could have... It didn't seem like she could actually have a conversation with me now.
またこんな態度取っちゃってる
はあ、何やってんのよ、ナギ。
仕方ないじゃない響私少し緊張してるみたいで
気持ちはわからないでもないけど、もっと肩の力を抜いて気楽にやればいいのよ。
無理かも合気道の商談の審査より緊張してる
全然少しじゃないわよね、それ。
I was anxious. Hibiki was keeping a close eye on her, so I'd imagine she'd be okay.
まあ、それはともかく。今日のルールを確認しましょう。
確かスーパーのお惣菜そのままは禁止っすよね
レトルトを出すのもダメだと聞いてます。その通り。手を抜かずに少しは工夫しろってことね。ユウも何も大丈夫？
No problem.
私も大丈夫
Man just puts protein powder on the table. It's a meal.
先輩制限時間はどうするっすか
私は1時間くらい欲しいです。
私もそれくらいあれば間に合うかな
他に意見がなければ、そうね。余裕を持って1時間半にしましょう。
Yeah, especially since there's probably only one oven in this house.
わかったわ。
I said we're planning on preparing something elaborate as well. I was a bit curious about what she was gonna make.
リツ、鹿島さん。はーい、何かな？何でしょうか？二人ともひいきはせず、ちゃんとした審査をお願いね。もちろんです。任せて。よし、他に何もないわね。それじゃあ、第1回どっちの料理がいいでしょう？イン、遠野家、開始！
I shut the lid on the rice cooker and pressed the button. All I can do now is wait. Decided to make Japanese mixed rice. A very simple dish. It's in Kashima to be head over heels with a secret weapon derived from canned goods. Savoriness of the canned mackerel and mushrooms should soak into the rice and make it something exquisite. Not only was it inexpensive, but it was easy to prepare. Alright then. I just have to wait for this to cook, so I guess I'll go see how the others are doing. At the very least, I was curious to see how Senpa was doing.
Tono senpai, どうかしましたか?
Without thought of mind, Hiragi dressed me as I surveyed the room. I had some free time, so I thought I'd come see how the rest of you are doing. How are things going on your end? Be happy to help if you need it.
問題ありません。もう少しで完成しますから。
Really? She looked like she was spacing out without doing anything in particular to me.
あとはもう待つだけなので。
Oh, that was fast. What'd you make? Found it hard to believe she whipped up something faster than my mixed rice.
ほら、そこにあります。
Judy pointed over at the rice cooker. Two of them. Don't tell me you made Japanese mixed rice too?
いえ、卵かけご飯の予定なので、普通の白いご飯です。
Oh, well, egg topped rice is tasty. Wait, crap. Quickly check the movements around me.
よーし、次はこれをミキサーにかけるっすよ。
あら？ひじりさんはミキサー使うの？
そういう小日向先輩は電動スライサーっすか？
ええ、ニンニクをスライスするのに使おうと思って。小さいから手でやるのが大変なのよね。
わかるっす。みじん切りにするなら楽なんすけどね。
Ichiji was getting the mixer ready and Hibiki was about to use the food processor.
鹿島先輩、1時間半はちょっと長いですし、テレビゲームでもしませんか？どんなゲームがあるんですか、りっちゃん。
Lisa and Kashima were about to play games to kill time. Hey, hold on a second. Quickly cut out to them, but it was already too late.
なにお兄ちゃん。どうしたのよ、ユウ。
Pay with that doubtful voice.
やーミキサーが途中で止まったっす。
Breaker.
途中でスライサーが。ニンニクのかけらが目に。待って、セーブデータが消えちゃう。困りました。これではご飯が炊けません。
Pa went out and cries of pandemonium resonated throughout the house. However, only one person remained unperturbed by the mayhem.
カイドウ先輩、ボールを混ぜていますね。すごい真剣ですけど、何を作ってるんでしょう。
There's no way I'd know that. She was mindlessly stirring the contents of her bowl, seemingly oblivious to the commotion going on around her. What could she be making that required such intense concentration? Anyways, let's do something about our rice cookers. We went overboard by running so many appliances all at once.
そのようですね。ここが一般家庭の電力なのを忘れてました。
Still glanced over at a very serious-looking Kaido. Talking to her seemed out of question given her behavior. Senpai, how did you feel about me? I'd consumed my thoughts while I checked on the contents of my rice cooker.
それでは発表します。
Ritsu and Kashima concluded their evaluation and made that announcement for the group.
私たちが食べた中で一番美味しい料理を作ったのは、じゃじゃーん、小日向響。響ちゃんに決定しました。皆さん拍手。パチパチパチパチ。当然よね。負けたっす。あのペペロンチーノ、とても美味しそうでした。あら、ありがとう。二人の、卵かけご飯と、
闇鍋？そっちも美味しそうだったわよ。
今度小日向先輩にもご馳走するっすよ。
な
先輩がそう言うなら私もご馳走します。
ええその時はお願いね。
It's always mine.
ご飯に少し芯が残ってたし、いまいちだったかも。味は良かったんだけど。
Because I had to cook it in a pot after power went out. There's no way I could properly prepare a meal when using an unfamiliar cooking method.
カイドウ先輩のも美味しかったんですけど、お料理って感じではなかったので減点で。
分かってる。それが分かった上であれを作ったんだし。
I think of what hats up I meant. Had my hands full of cooking with that pot and forgot to check. Did have an oddly sweet smell to it.
さて、時間も時間だし、今日はこれで解散しましょうか。
It's gonna be like, oh, by the way, tomorrow's Valentine's and this is Valentine's chocolate now.
また明日、部室で会いましょう。
はーい。
おっと、忘れるところだったわ。ユウは何を送っていってあげなさい。
Huh?
男の子なんだから、ちゃんと何を守るのよ。
Me. Protect Senpai. Little glance in her direction. Our eyes met, but she immediately turned away from me. Was this a chance that he'd get prepared for me? Didn't want this rare opportunity to slip me by. This was my chance to have a real conversation with Senpai and get an answer to my confession. Senpai, your order, is that okay with you?
トノ、私からもお願い。
Her expression grew serious. Her voice trembled with embarrassment as she slowly opened her mouth.
私もトノに渡したいものがあるの。
I was so nervous, all I could do was gulp anxiously under her gaze. We walked a short while after we left the house. Neither of us had said a word to each other. Hey, Senpai? It couldn't stay this way forever. It couldn't stay this way forever, I mean. That's why I spoke up, if only to not miss my chance.
何トノ。
We need to talk? Is that okay?
分かったわ。
She let out a brief, bewildered gasp. Even so, she nodded and met my gaze head on. Thank you, Senpai. This is really the best place to have a conversation. Why don't we go somewhere else? Even if this hypothetically didn't work out, it would be better than some half-hearted attempt. Better psych myself up. I was gonna get an answer from Senpai.
神社？
No real bother us here. I stopped in place after we were on shrine grounds and turned back to face Senpai. Was it because of the sunset? Her face looked positively radiant to me. I took a deep breath in an effort to calm my rising heart. Alright, this was it. I need to ask her how she felt. Senpai!
トノ、あの時はご
Wait, huh? I found my determination began to speak. However, Senpai beat me to the punch and bowed her head momentuously.
めん。この前の、トノが好きって言ってくれた時、恥ずかしくなって逃げてごめん。
No, don't worry about it. I mean, I was surprised when he up and ran off like that, and it gave me a lot to think about, but I understand what it feels like to want to run away too. I'd taken a lot of courage to tell her how I felt. The same could be said when giving an answer as well. So,待
ってトノ、今は何も言わないで。返事は私からちゃんとさせてほしい。私って女の子としても人間としても至らない点も多いと思うの。でもいつまでも自分の気持ちに嘘はつけないから。
That said, Senpai took several deep breaths. She stood right in front of me, gazed directly into my eyes. Senpai? Holy crap, I was responding like crazy.
トーノ。今だけはユウって呼ばせて。
Why did I even take a screenshot there when I know there's probably gonna be a version of this of her smiling and I'm immediately gonna take that one instead? You. Heart thundered violently in my chest when she addressed me by my first name.
その、私も、ユウのことが好き。多分、私の方が先にユウを好きになってたと思う。響や聖に協力してもらって、あんたとの一緒の時間を増やしてもらったりして。なのに、あの肝心なところで逃げちゃってごめん。こんな私を好きって言ってくれて本当に嬉しかった。ユウと付き合えるなら幸せだなってそう思ったの。でも私っていろいろ至らないところがあると思う。他の子みたいに照れずにちゃんと話せないし、恥ずかしくてすぐに逃げたくなっちゃうし、ユウはこんな私でも本当にいい？
Obviously! I love you just the way you are, senpai. Heck, how you are now is ridiculously cute. Her face flushed a deep shade of vermilion. She gazed at me with tears in her eyes. Her usual dauntless ambience had receded and was replaced with a cuteness that made me want to hug her tightly. However, usual self-assured side too. That eager, big sis of vibe you get sometimes is really cute as well. You shine brightly when you're surfing. What's more, I really like how delicate you can be in moments like this. Seppa's face only grew hotter. But there was no way around it. These were, after all, my true feelings.
バカ。じゃあユウ、私と付き合ってくれる？
Of course! Rather, I would like to ask you for the same. I bowed my head emphatically. My head was burning up so absurdly hot and my heart was racing so hard I couldn't look straight at Senpai. I could sense her slowly draw closer to me.
ユウ、顔上げて。
Senpai... Suddenly felt something being inserted into my mouth. And then a sweet aroma wafted through my nose and began spreading across the surface of my tongue.
これ、仲直りのお詫びにって思って作ったクッキーだから。鹿島は美味しいって言ってたし、多分味は大丈夫だと思う。
Are these what you made while we were cooking earlier? Kashima had deducted points because it wasn't in the spirit of cooking.
そう、響の入れ知恵だけど、ユウに何かあげられたらと思って。美味しかった？
Super delicious! I'd wondered where that wheat smell had been coming from back at the house. All the things I was curious about were beginning to fall into place like puzzle pieces.
そっか。よかった。
Does that mean you didn't try them for yourself?
なんか自分で食べるって気分じゃなかったから、ユウのこと考えてて胸がいっぱい立ったし。
I see. A small part of me wanted to be a little mischievous now that she'd said that. We're dating now, so just a little ought to be fine, right? But do you have any more cookies?
まだあるけど。
Okay, I love you. You've fed me some more. I opened my mouth except I gasped bashfully in front of me. Even so, she brought a cookie to my mouth once more. The second it went to my mouth. The bite! Pulled Senpai into my embrace and stole her lips. Senpai stirred with surprise in my arms. She let out a bewildered sigh. However, she quickly forgot out what was going on and let out a soft moan. Moan. There was little to no resistance to speak of. I used that as an opportunity to press my lips against hers harder and deepen our connection. I had Senpai taste the cookie she'd given me via mouth to mouth. The already sweet scent of the cookie only seemed sweeter for it. The excessive sweetness sent a numbness straight through the center of my head. Sorry, Senpai acted on impulse. I thought if I did this, you could get a taste of the cookies too.
確かに味わえるけど、もう、バカ。
Senpai shyly turned away from me. Even so, she didn't pull away from our embrace. Anyhow, Senpai, I hope you'll be happy with me from that one.
こちらこそ、よろしく。ゆう。
We had officially become a couple. And our first kiss tasted like the sweet aroma of cookies.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
The next day in the youth collective club room, surprisingly everyone was present. Sorry everyone, could we have your attention?
どうしたんだユウ。
何かあったんすか？遠野先輩、カイドウ先輩と並んでたって、どうしたんですか？
Everyone's eyes were focused on us. Senpai stood beside me and was visibly tense. How do you want to do this? Should I tell him?
私から言う。ちゃんと義理は通しておきたいから。
If you're sure. Alright then, I'll leave the rest to you. I don't think it was necessary for us to go so far as to call everyone together, but for now I'd better make sure this went in a way that satisfied Senpai.
なんか仲良さそうじゃない。これはいい報告をしてもらえるのかしらね。
いい報告なんだろう。お兄ちゃんは当然何か知ってるんだよね。
Of course. If only because it concerned me directly.
みんなちょっと聞いて。実は報告したいことがあるの。そのいろいろあって一言では言いづらいんだけど。
Actually, it is very easy to sum up, specifically in 3 words. We are dating. There. That is.
遠野とお付き合いすることになりました。
Even that's just sex.
え、今更っすか？
やっとか。遅すぎ。
びっくりした。もっととんでもないこと言われるのかと思っちゃったよ。
The only one surprised is gonna be Shinji or something. Hold on a second. What's with those reactions?
みんな知ってたの？詳しくは知りませんが、なんとなく最近のお二人の雰囲気で、小日向先輩からいろいろ頼まれましたので。
Well, they certainly had a point. And a part of me wondered why I thought none of the men noticed.
ヒュー、お前だけは俺の味方だと。
It did appear one of the men noticed now.
まったくやきもきさせて。
先輩方、おめでとうございます。おめでとうございます。遠野くん、カイドウ先輩。
Also, apparently someone in the Nekonian Discord said that the ideal route order is just do it any order you want, but specifically the last 3 are ideally going to be Ritsu, Hibiki, and Kika in that order. I think it was at least. Hold on, let me look it up. Let me check it again. Someone is randomly in old ass Savra the Witch videos. Specifically, not even the co-host versions, like the actual originals. What was it? Ah, there we go. Kakenuke, someone in this server recommended saving Ritsu, Hibiki, and Kika for last in that order. So I guess I get to I get to fucking delay Ritsu even more. Wait, motherfucker, I forgot to start the upload. Whoops. I should do that probably. Upload that transparent panic. That title, I know, but hey. What are you expecting at this point? Anyways.
ついにこの日が来たんだね。お兄ちゃん、おめでとう。
Wait, I'm not gonna leave home or anything. It wasn't like I was getting married.
なあ、ユウ。
What is it, Shinji?
彼女ができても、お前は俺と親友でいてくれるよな。お前は俺を捨てたりしないよな。
You're being gross! I understand where it was coming from, but did we really need to latch on to me and cry? Everyone was giving us their blessing. Not everyone. One was weeping. That alone made me happy.
おめでとう、ナギ、ユウ。
Yeah, well, thank you, Vicky. I don't know all the details, but you had Senpai out a bunch behind the scenes, right? Not to mention gave me a push on the back. Without her help, I doubt it. Senpai and I would be dating right now.
ねえ、響。私からもありがとうって言わせて。私さ、響にカツを入れられて本当に目が覚めた思いなの。トーノのことを諦めたくない。他の誰かに取られて遠くから見てるだけになりたくないって。本当にありがとう。
いいわよ、お礼なんて。二人が幸せだって言うなら、それだけで十分。
What are you showing off for?
うっさいわね。別にいいでしょ。幼馴染といとこの幸せを祈るくらい。
Vicky pouted when I teased her. Couldn't help but poke fun at her, but I was genuinely grateful for her support.
ま、二人ともこれから頑張ってちょうだい。二人にはこの夏にしかないような、とびっきりの青春が待ってるんだから。
そうっすよ。思いっきり青春をするといいっす。ひじり、あなたも相談に乗ってくれたわよね。ありがとう。本当に助かった。結局自分は何もしてあげられなかったっすけどね。でも少しでも力になれたなら部長冥利に尽きるっすよ。最初はどうなることかと思ったけど、今はあんたが部長でよかったと思うわ。私たち恋愛に関しては初心者だし、これからもご指導ご鞭達のほどお願いします、部長。結婚報告っすか？
Ichi wasted no time issuing that snarky remark when Senpai bowed her head. Even so, there was an abundance of smiles on Clover.
ところで、少し質問してもいいでしょうか？
What is that? Hiragi raised her hand slightly in joint conversation. Everyone turned their attention to Hiragi.
いえ、大したことではないのですけど、お二人はなぜ付き合ってるのにそのような呼び方なのでしょうか？
After she pointed out, we looked at each other.
言われてみれば、ユウはずっと先輩呼びのままだな。
逆にカイドウ先輩はずっと名字呼びをしてるっすね。確かにそうかも。お付き合いしているのにそれだと不自然かもしれません。まだ付き合い始めたばかりだし、ちょっと早いかなって。
Oh? You called me by my first name when you confessed to me, though.
うわー、
Seemed to realize what she had said yesterday. Her face flushed a dark shade of red as she pointed an adorable glare my way, almost as if to suggest I had betrayed her.
なんだ？二人きりの時は名前で呼んでるってこと？
No, that wasn't the only time. Yeah, incidentally, called each other by our surnames ever since we had seen each other again today. That had been pretty nice, though. It was sort of a memory I wanted to etch in the memory forever.
お兄ちゃん、なんかいやらしい顔してる。
Got the wrong idea!
まあまあ、東野先輩のエロ妄想は横に置いとい
Wait,
て。
there's nothing to set aside, you're just making assumptions! I wasn't thinking about anything weird, okay? Come to no surprise, I want to firmly deny that.
そのことはもういいっす。で、カイドウ先輩、もう一度名前で呼んだりはしないんすか？あの時は特別だったか、その、普段からだと恥ずかしいじゃない。
恋人同士なのに何を恥じらってるのよ。
でも、わかります。名前で呼ぶと急に距離が縮まる気がしますから。じゃあ、カイドウ先輩が恥ずかしいなら、お兄ちゃんが呼んでみるのはどう？
Me. Nagiko. I repeating in my head. As wonderful as I think it would be, she told me not to drop the honorifics once before. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it without her permission.
ああ、確かに。以前部室でそんな話をしてたっすね。
ユウはそう言ってるけど、ナギ的にはどうなの？
さすがに人前ではちょっと、多分私恥ずかしさのあまりもだえ死んじゃうから。
そこまでなの？
Well, I assume it shouldn't be a problem when we're alone together.
ええ、それなら。
The tiny doll senpai shyly and gently gazed at me. Now I really need to get into this habit of calling her Nagiko in my head. For just a brief moment, we gazed at each other.
うわー、早速のろけてるっすよこのカップル。もうお兄ちゃんのアホー、そんなに見せつけるなんて青春テロだよ。
Yo, terrorism! I would use this as the title, however, it does have terrorism in it, and YouTube will not like that.
甘々なのはスイーツだけにして。なんだか私まで当てられてしまいそうです。
A snuggle comes from all sides, made both of our faces go red.
さて、ユウとナギに砂糖をぶちまけられたけど、それはそれとして。
Okay, you Nagia. Why am I suddenly reading this? My fucking mind wandered for a second and was like, oh wait, line? No, not line. Ibiki. I do need to read the line because I did, like I said, I zoned out, so I have no idea what it says. I mean.
それはそれって。
To defeat the Huns?
なーにナギ、まだ人前でユウとイチャつきたいの？
なんでもないわ。話を続けて。
The tinge of red hadn't receded from Nagiko's face yet. It didn't appear she could endure much more and instantly clammed up.
それじゃあみんな、これをちょっと見てくれない？
What you take a look at? What? Why don't you take a look at this?
青春部の活動議題としてあげようと思って持ってきたのよ。
She whipped out a flyer.
海祭りですか。ああ、そっか。もうそんな時期だっけ。お盆前にやるイベントなので、確かにそろそろですね。
The beach festival. This particular festival was held every August and garnered some real excitement from the people who ran the beach huts. It was on a smaller scale than the summer festival held by the shrine, but it was a summer staple here in Kazumi City.
私、大切なことに気づいたの。
大切なこと？
なんでしょうか。
考えてみれば、私たちって全然夏っぽいことしてなくない？
Summer festival is not happening yet in this one. Or it already has, but it's just they didn't do it.
せっかくの夏休みなのに、部室でゲームばっかりじゃない。
みんなで一度だけサーフィンしに行ってるけどね。
I could whisper that quip to Ibiki's complaint.
それじゃ足りないのよ。だからこそ、これなの。
Ibiki pointed to a section of the flyer.
そこに何か書かれてるの？風見市主催アマチュアサーフィン大会？
Ibiki, you can mean.
小日向先輩のことだから、ただ見学に行きましょうってわけないっすよね。
よくわかってるじゃない。今朝、ちょっと電話して聞いてみたんだけどね。今ならまだ大会に参加できるらしいの。うちにはナギがいるし、青春部みんなで乗り込んで、海祭りを盛り上げるわよ。
Figure that's what she was going with us. It was a small issue with that, however.
小日向先輩がそう言うなら、私も頑張ります。
Please don't blindly go along with whatever she says, okay?
そうですよ、柊さん。大会出場は楽しそうですけど、私は無理そうです。私もです。ボードの上に立つこともできないと思います。
Exactly. The only person in the entire youth collective who could ride waves to any acceptable degree at present was Nagiko.
楽しそうなんすけどね。地方のローカル大会でもちゃんと乗れない人間は厳しいっすよ。
でも、まだ日にちはあるし、ナギから教われば。
響、聖たちの言う通りよ。お祭りの大会だから失敗しても愛嬌だと思うけど、みんながみんな乗れるようになるのは難しいわよ。
そっか。
That was the take of someone with experience. Hibiki seemed to be at a loss for words and his shoulders drooped dejectedly. Although, I think we should do it.
本気で言ってるの？Tono.
I was about to say my name, but panicking reverted my certain man. The other members of the youth collective grinned and smiled our way, which made me blush all over again. Anyway, I think it's fine if only a few of us participate. I'm sure no one has a problem with Senpai participating at least. It's a good opportunity, so I'd like to enter the tournament too. But again, I couldn't form any takeoff very well yet either. Right, and the way it's continuing, it was still far off from me. I had a feeling I could get the hang of it relatively quickly once I figured that out, though. There's no way I could gain any air or land tricks, but this was a competition sponsored by the beach festival, so I imagined that would be more than enough. Even if I failed to stand up on the board and fell into the ocean, onlookers would just laugh it off.
なるほど。ユウが参加するなら、俺も参加してみようかな。
Since you brought this up, I assume you're participating too, Ibiki?
まあ一応は。
Okay then, how about if anyone who wants to enter does? How about if anyone who wants to enter does, and the other members play a support role? Ibiki went to the effort to look for this tournament, so it would be a waste to disregard it. Most importantly, I was positive Nagiko would be eager to participate. I didn't want to let the subject go.
もういいこと言うじゃない。
Ow! That hurts! No hitting!
ごめん。でも今回はユウの案でいきましょうか。
Ibiki suggests as she slowly looked at each member of the youth collective.
じゃあ恥をかいてもいいから大会に参加したい人、手を挙げて。
Yep.
俺もだ。
私もかな。
As expected, Nagiko also raised her hand.
私も参加するとして、他には
遠野くんや小日向さんが参加するなら私もしてみます。鹿島先輩、自分では無理だって言ってたじゃないですか。そうなんですけど、遠野くんや小日向さんが出るなら記念に出てみようかと思いまして。おい、鹿島先輩チャレンジャーっすね。これも青春ですから。先輩方が参加されるなら私も。しおりちゃんまで？
ってことは参加は私に何、ユウ、鹿島さん、しおり、神楽坂ね。そしてバックアップにひじりさんとリツの2人っと。
そうっすね。さすがに自分は参加は見送るっす。私も大会まではちょっと無理かも。
それは仕方ないわ。参加は個人の希望ってことにしたんだしね。
We do have more people entering than I thought, though. Figured Kashima and Ida would opt to play sport role instead.
私、さっき余計なこと言ったかな。みんなが乗れるようになるのは難しいって。
No, you really didn't. I have no clue if we'll be able to serve properly by the time the tournament rolls around. Some of the other members even said it would be difficult themselves. But this was a festival. I only figured we could try to push our limits to some small extent, myself included. Well, let's assume that we personally will work hard to practice. The more important one here is you, Senpai.
私?
Rise up the second he mentioned the surfing competition. You said you did it for you said what you did for everyone else's benefit earlier. But isn't the truth that you're absolutely crazy about competing?
じゃあ参加するって遠野が言ったのって。
There wasn't a sense to make it easier for you to participate. But it was largely because I thought it would be fun.
遠野。
Felt odd for me to say this, but surfing hadn't really been in the cards recently. That was partially my own fault, but that just made me want Nagiko to devote herself to surfing to her heart's content all the more. I'll help, so let me know if you need a hand at any point, okay? While you're at it, I guess I'd appreciate it if you'd join me for surfing practice.
それってサーフィンデートってこと？
What it?
ありがとう、遠野。練習楽しみにしてる。
Yeah. Holy crap, I was blushing up a storm. But Nagiko and I were dating. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, so this was fine, right?
それじゃあみんないい？夏休み最初にして最大のイベント、海祭り。
Oops.
大会参加者もバックアップもみんなで協力して最高に楽しい一日にするわよ。
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
While we were out on our date, I stopped by the restaurant with
そ
Senpai.
っか。遠野くんにも彼女ができたんだね。最近はお休みも多かったし、大丈夫かなって心配してたんだ。
Sorry. Well, there's more to my recent absences than my dating life. May not be able to take on too many shifts from this point forward either. Though I'd given him more than enough notice, I'd surely inconvenience him in some way.
ほんと、店長ってばすっごく心配してたんですよ。当のチーフがいない日は売り上げがって。
Huh? Sales?
なんでもないよ、遠野くん。気にしないで。それに、夏休みってことでバイトの子も多いからね。手はちゃんと足りてるから。そこまで心配しなくても大丈夫。学生なんだし、部活に恋に、今しかできないことをたっぷり楽しまないとね。
Thank you very much, sir. The manager was all worked up, trying to gloss over something or other. The way he was acting did make me feel a little uneasy, though. But I accepted it and not a man.
それで、君が遠野くんの彼女ってことでいいのか。何度かお店に来たことがあったよね。
はい、カイドウナギコです。
カイドウって、もしかしてカイドウ道場の娘さんかな。
はい、そうですが。
Oh, do you know her, sir?
もちろんだとも。僕もずっとこの町にいるのに知らないわけないじゃないか。
Well, I guess I have a point. I went to show how established and well-known Nagiko's family was.
それで遠野くん、ご注文はお決まりかな。まさか挨拶だけで帰るってわけじゃないよね。
Naturally. I'll have an iced coffee. What about you, senpai?
じゃあ、私も同じのにしようかな。
かしこまりました。オーダー入りました。アイスコーヒーが2。ついでにカップル用ストローもお願いね。
はい、喜んで。
Hey, manager! Why would he tack something like that on trial order?
どうしたの、トノ。
ではでは、ごゆっくり。
The manager flashed us a suggestive smile as he left. In his place came my coworker.
トノチーフ、お待たせしました。アイスコーヒーが2つ、そしてカップル用ストローになります。
Glasses of iced coffee clinked together as she set them down. A little straw with a heart-shaped accessory poking out of our beverages.
何これ。カップル用ストローですよ。店長の悪ふざけで発注したけど全然使う機会がなかったんです。ということでトーノチーフ、在庫処分にご協力お願いします。
Hey, hold on a second!
トーノチーフ、店内ではお静かにお願いします。
There weren't many customers at this hour. Even so, several patrons were eyeing us curiously from their
ご注文は
seats.
以上ですね。ではごゆっくりどうぞ。
Murakami said that with a beaming smile before running off towards the kitchen.
どうしよう、トーノ。
What do we do, senpai? This is beyond brutal. Especially knowing my manager and coworkers were spying on us. Well, we are dating. Guess this is fine.
そうよね。キスだってしたことあるんだし。
She blushed at her own comment. My face flushed at the memory as well.
女は度胸よ。
Senpai?
そうのもほら。
Yeah. Nagiko's face was so close. This was ridiculously embarrassing.
やっぱりラブラブカップルにはこれだね。
トーノチーフったら顔が真っ赤ですね。
I'll feed you to the sharks. What can I say? Sorry, senpai,
何が？
for what happened at the restaurant. I must have been so embarrassed by what my manager Murakami did. We were hopelessly embarrassed from everyone watching us like a hawk right until we left the restaurant. I was definitely gonna get teased by our regulars when I went in for my next shift too.
ああ、そのことか。そりゃ確かに恥ずかしかったけど、私はまんざらでもなかったわよ。
Really?
だって恋人でしょ。だから。
Nagiko softly grasped my hand, fingers fidgeted and intertwined with mine.
こうやって 恋人つなぎとかしても全然平気。
You are? Reyes was pretty red to be saying that, but got a point. We are lovers. I knew that, but you're say it outright in my Reyes.
なんかいいかも。トーノとユウと一緒にいるんだって実感できて。
Something.
ナギコ、今二人きり。それに恋人同士なんだから。
You're right. Yeah, Nagiko.
ユウ、
My face was on fire. My heart felt like it was going to burst the longer we stared at each other like this.
ユウの顔赤いわよ。
I can't help that. Actually, Nagiko, aren't you being awfully assertive today? I was feeling a little overwhelmed by Nagiko's excessive enthusiasm.
だって恋人になってから初めてのデートなのよ。年上のお姉さんとしてはリードしなくちゃだし。
That's what you were thinking? You don't have to force yourself.
それはそれで年上のプライドが傷つくの。だからユウ、デートなんだし、私に甘えてくれていいのよ。
Spoiling me. She had brought up a rather dangerous concept, enough that it made me gulp down my saliva.
何かない？ユウがしてほしいこととか。
Well, how about I wrap my arms around you?
もちろん問題ないわ。
Wait. I was obviously asking for a lot out here in public. There's no way we could do something like that. We were in the middle of the street with tons of people watching.
わかった。じゃあまた今度ね。いっぱい抱きつかせてあげる。
Yeah.
その代わりってわけじゃないけど、私からも一つだけいい？
From you too.
さっきあのストローを使った時からずっと思ってたんだけど、キスしてほしいなって。なんでかって？だってあの時にすごく意識しちゃったんだもん。まだ付き合って1回しかしてないし。
Well, yeah. If I had to say one way or the other, I did want to. But this was way higher of a psychological hurdle than to hug. Let's do that later. Somewhere quiet.
ユウはしたくないの？
I obviously do. I answered immediately. We'd already be kissing if we were alone.
だったらね、ダメ？
I didn't think it was fair for her to look at me like that way. One second she was acting like the mature older woman in the relationship, only to fawn over me moments later. It was way too cute for words. If it's just on a cheek.
わかった。
With her approval, an airy aroma suddenly tickled my nose. Felt a squishy, soft sensation against my cheek. Mara threatened to stop in that brief moment from the sheer impact of her kiss.
さすがにこれは恥ずかしいわね。もう私何やってんのよ。
Naga attempted to cover her bright red face with her hands. Oh man, too cute.
ユウ大好き。ユウ
I was probably making a very stupid looking face right at that moment. Felt like she'd made me squirm enough for a lifetime. Wholesome.
ユウちょっと待って。
I mean, I guess I will. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I am actually going to end the part here. I hope